we're having trouble with our recording software. So unfortunately, we're having to bring you in about 10 minutes into the conversation. The other part wasn't salvageable, but I hope you enjoy the content. What we're speaking about right now is Lucy's evolution, where she is and how we feel about her as a character. Please enjoy the podcast. With no further ado, this is Tales of the Story. That at birth, she found out is a bad person, right? The person who told her all this stuff at birth, she found out is a bad person, who trained her up in the way that she feels like she's supposed to go, found out that this guy massacred an entire city, right? Then now she's traveling with a bad person, right? So she's been surrounded by bad people for a very long time. Betty, a bad person, right? She's been surrounded by bad people for a long time. So now she is exhibiting behaviors of a bad person. She has no loyalty.
So that does not fall into that category. I don't think that falls into that. What? How does that make her a bad person?
Okay, all right, let's talk about the scene where the ghoul has a thing wrapped around his neck, right? She agreed to go along with the plan. My life is on the line. You have to go along with the plan. All right, cool. Okie dokie, right? But now it's time for you to shoot the shot, right? And you continually put other people before me. Continually. And you agreed to go along with the plan. Now I'm strangling to death, surrounded by horrible people.
You're saying to death though, but he's not gonna die.
Yeah, he would die like that.
No, he's not gonna die. She said that I'll be back for you because you'll still be alive.
No. We're talking about two different scenes. Let me tell you, I'm talking about the scene where he's hanging and she has to shoot the rope and she stands up and starts to talk instead of shooting the rope.
Speech. Yeah, she's doing.
You already agreed, bro. But you already agreed to do it.
Yeah, and that's what. Okay, again, I don't get how you don't understand.
Just say no.
Someone's belief. You saying she's doing all this traveling, brother? She's still. How is she still in her beliefs with her dad still trying to bring him to justice? Like she shouldn't believe in nothing she's been taught. Then you're at that point, but
you're not walking with me on
the right thing.
You're not walking with me right quick on the when I'm talking about that one specific situation. Once you say yeah, you lied. Then she lied. Then she lied when she said yes.
Okay.
Right?
What does that got to do with anything, though, Thou?
If she's supposed to be this righteous, virtuous person, right? Okay, and she's supposed to be righteous and virtuous and all this stuff, right?
Okay.
If we shake hands on a deal, right? You're gonna do this, and I'm putting my life on the line. Just go through with it. She moved away from that, and now she actively pulled this woman off of the ghoul, the scorpion that would kill her and the woman. That the ghoul is fighting, stabs the ghoul, and she says, "Stay there. You'll figure it out."
What does that still got to do with anything? You talking about she's not righteous anymore if she's supposed to be righteous, dude? How many? And I put the air quotations righteous people out there that still do fucked up shit.
I'm like, talking about Lucy, bro. We talking about Lucy, and that's what I'm talking about. She's off script. She's completely off script, bro. Okay, let's talk about this then.
She's adapting and she's learning, bro.
No, bro. All right, let's talk about this. She said, I'll be back for... This is another lie that Lucy said. She said, I'll be back for you once I get this woman where she's going. That woman dipped out on her and she kept going forward. Why? Okay. Where you going? Where you going?
This is her learning and adapting. It ain't like she's been out in this world like the ghoul has plus 200 years.
She needs to be a puppy, bro. She need to learn from people she can learn from, bro. She's just out in the streets.
That's your opinion.
She needs to learn from people she can learn from. Real talk. And that she's off script, bro. She is completely and utterly off script.
She is doing her best at trying to get to her dad. Now, does she make everything right? No.
She's not doing her best. She's not doing her best to get to her dad, bro.
She's doing her. No. She is doing. She's doing.
If she was doing her best to get to her dad, she would have gave the step back to the ghoul, and they would have proceeded on with their journey. If she was doing the best to get to her dad, she would not have gone in there when she heard those screams. She would have kept on the path to get to her dad. She's not doing her best to get to her dad, bro. She's out there wandering, is what she's doing, bro. And I think I really feel like
you're absolutely right with that. But she is wondering, but she's trying to still do her best to get to where she's got to go. It ain't like she knows, like everybody up on Topside. Again, you got to understand, they know everything about Topside. She doesn't. So she's learning as she goes. She could, every mistake she makes, okay, yeah, but it doesn't make her a completely bad person.
She's not who she was. For sure, she's not who she was. What Dr. Silwigs, I think his name is, the target as he's known, what he said to her, when you become a totally different animal where you want the same thing, is ringing true throughout. Like it's ringing so true. She is not who she was. She is not who she was.
And
for her to be able to walk away from her traveling companion, which that is what the ghoul is, her traveling companion, and see him bleeding on the floor with not knowing what threat is still in there. Because I mean, he killed one big scorpion. Cool, we're the big scorpion. You don't know what's in there. You just walk away. You'll figure it out. It's crazy. After he literally just saved both of their lives.
Mm-hmm. And again, her thing is she knows he's a ghoul. He lives a long time. This lady is human like her, not in that state. And if I don't do this, she will die.
She don't know how she got there. She don't know why she's there. She don't know any of that, which is all important information.
Don't care. That's just like
anybody other than
go into countries to help other people. Don't know what diseases they got. Don't know none of that. But they just doing the thing because it's called whatever it is that their religion tells them to go do. Go and help these people, and that's what they're doing. She don't know that person, but she knows she needs help.
Well, it's not so much a religion. The UN does it too. It ain't got nothing to do with like.
Okay, but I know a lot of Christian groups and churches, especially one that I work at in Fort Mill, send people out to go do stuff like that, brother.
Missionary work, yeah.
So, like, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying the UN does it too on a equal scale.
The UN and religions do it. Let's put them all together, or in the same, or I say them both. How about that? But I'm just telling you, it happens, and you don't know the people you're going to help, but you help them.
Yeah, but I don't leave like with my friend or my associate or my coworker bleeding on the. I clean that up. Our associate, because they are associates for sure. I don't leave them bleeding on the floor to go help these people, right? I don't walk over them while I'm supporting somebody else to go help these people. Is that what I'm doing?
I mean, listen, that's the same person that I left on the floor that threw me in a thing for bait. To go catch something, go catch some monstrous, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you say this is some person that's done left me in the clinic so they can get some drugs. I mean, you say my associate, my friend, or whatever. Okay, this is the same person that's done several things to me prior to.
Yes, and I was the same person after every situation, horrible situations, mind you, that person put me through, right? I still was the virtuous person that dropped the chems for him. I still was the virtuous person that, didn't shoot him in the back of the head when I had the chance. That was me. So whenever I actively pull that lady off because I didn't agree with what was happening, right? And he got stabbed in the leg, bro, she did it. It wasn't neutrality. It wasn't non-response. It wasn't non-action. She literally got him in the situation that he was in. He didn't want to go in the clinic. He went in there after. Why do you think he went in there with her? What was the point of him going in there? He didn't want to, right? Was it to make sure that she got out? What do you think the reason he went in there for her was? Or with her, not for her, with her. What was the point of that?
Probably in there to make sure she was safe, to protect her.
Exactly.
This, and also, let me say this then. Let me say this. You can help somebody. You can do something for somebody. You can loan somebody some money. Okay. There ain't no guarantee that they're going to pay you back. You know what I mean? So it's like, it just happens. It's part of the thing.
But if they don't pay you back, they're a bad person, right?
Okay. So I guess, listen, this is part of the story now.
Yeah.
That's going to get very interesting.
Very much so.
So when they hook back up, when their story comes back together, are they friends or foes now? You know what I mean? So like it was good at first. They were helping each other or swindling each other or whatever was going on. But I don't think she did a bad thing. I think she did what she was taught. And that's the only thing you can do.
You know what though? You know the cold part, Snoop? You know who she was taught that by? The ghoul.
Her dad, no?
No, the ghoul.
Taught what?
The ghoul taught her to act like that. Now I'm thinking about it. Whoa, the ghoul is the one who told her to act like that. The ghoul is backbiting. The ghoul is shiesty. The ghoul is her behavior since she's been with the ghoul is more ghoul-like. Whoa. The ghoul left her at the place to get chemicals, right? So she gives the stim pack to the lady, and then leaves him. I figured it out. You'll figure it out. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. Yeah.
Huh.
He left her in the hospital, so she left him in like a hospital area.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. I figured it out, right? You're stronger than I am. The cold, now the cold part about it is and he actively did it to her. He brought her there, put her in there, held a gun to her head, saying, "You got to go in. You know you got problems out here too, sweetheart." One of the coldest lines in the whole show. You better go see what's behind door number 2 because you got problems out here too, sweetheart. Cold ice cream line, bro. It was crazy. But you'll figure it out. The problem that I have with her, I had a problem with her leaving because I feel like she's better than that, right? She's supposed to be better than that. We're not supposed to see a mirror between her and the ghoul, even though it foreshadows and says, "I was like you. You're gonna be like me." That's what the ghoul says. You're just becoming like me, and now you see her actions be more like him. But she's supposed to be better than that. But the problem that I have is when the woman dipped out on her, she should have turned around, and you see the guys up there, you should have turned around and went home. There was no reason for you to stay to go forward.
Yeah, I mean, she probably should have dipped in, but
for sure,
Lucy, you know what I mean? She's trying to, okay, I didn't get her where she's supposed to get to. Maybe I don't even know what she was thinking there. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know, man. She did keep pushing forward, which was stupid.
Yes,
but
and dishonest because you said you was going home.
But maybe she didn't want to go back because she's seen all those dudes on the mountain, you know, and she didn't want to go back that way.
What?
I don't know.
They would have to get me. I'm going back. I'm turning around. I am turning around. For sure I'm turning around. No way I'm pushing forward off that. No way. But Lucy, man. Speaking of Lucy, while we're talking about her, did you hear how Maximus said she left? When he was talking to Dane?
He said she left. Maybe
yeah.
He did. What about it?
It was like, okay, so Dane is kind of, I think Dane is like transitioning into thinking like maybe the Brotherhood is not a good spot. When before Maximus said, "I want to leave," and Dane was like, "There is no leaving the Brotherhood."
Yeah, there ain't no leaving. Yeah,
right. So now Dane, I feel like, is transitioning into like maybe we should leave the Brotherhood because Maximus is fully,
Maybe Dane is like you're saying, transitioning and seeing when Maximus came back, said, "I've met someone. I met a girl," and was like, "Oh, so there is something out there, right?"
Right.
And now transitioning, seeing what was going on, it's like maybe it was like, okay, you know what? If there is something out there, and he already had that feeling, maybe I can spark it back in him again. Maybe.
Maybe
because he did. I mean, he did.
He is drinking the Kool-Aid now. He is Brotherhood through and through. I'm reading manuals. I'm reading the doctrine. I'm reading the history. You got a question about the Brotherhood, I'm gonna answer it. I am to my squire what a knight should have been to me. It's like that first generation father, right? Like you ain't have a dad, but like you're trying to be everything that you can be to break the generate. Like that's what I don't think there's a knight in the Brotherhood that hits on the valor that Maximus is bringing to the table. He is completely locked in.
Even doing different things, like you seen him like when he was washing his face.
Yeah,
and the young kid was like, "Why do you do that? What are you doing?" He was like, he just started coming up with something like, "Yeah, it's even like keeping yourself clean, you know.
It's important."
He's like starting something different because all them dudes you see him up, they all be dirty around there, you know.
Yes,
they all got dirt on their face. Even during the match when he was fighting, you know, he still looked the most cleanest out of all of those people in that room.
He did. I didn't even think of that. You are completely right. He 100% looked the cleanest.
And it's like he's about to start something different with them because they don't just. They don't even look at that. But
no,
he just showing like, and if he's showing that one guy, that young one kid, that
right,
it could go into the rest of them, you know. And you see how they were all cheering after he won the fight. Like that dude was turning red. He was cheering so hard. It was crazy.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they're just like they're a warrior warrior situation, man. I don't know who's doing the science over there. I know who's doing the fighting, but I have no idea who's doing the science on their side of like on the Brotherhood side. I don't know. But getting back to Dane, I don't know why the switch happened, but it definitely did. And maybe the switch happened because now Maximus is in a higher political level than Dane is. You think there might be some type of jealousy there? Or I don't know. I really don't know.
I wish they would give us a little more time lapse or how much time has passed. And just, I don't know if we need to, and maybe we'll get that, but just go into what Dane knows. What has Dane seen behind the scenes, like when Maximus is away, the politicking that has happened.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Then maybe they will. That's a good find. Yeah, that's a good one. That is definitely a good one, because Dane was the one that was 100% Brotherhood. You can't leave, and Maximus was the one that wanted to get out because he found Lucy. But when you hear Maximus' voice when he says, "But she left," you told her to leave, right? No, that's when they rekindled. They split up with the head thing, and then when they rekindled at the observatory, I think that's when they were supposed to be like, they were supposed to have like found each other and kind of like, lock in together. That was their coming back together. And then her dad, did like what happened. But yeah, it was really like a sad voice when he said that she left. It was really sad. And I don't know, it was weird. I really wonder if he has given up on that situation with Lucy, or think maybe she didn't make it, or it's just focusing on his career right now. Who knows?
Now I think she made it because he got knocked out. She wasn't there. He would have seen a body or something like if she was dead. But I think it's just like, again, the time lapse. It's just we don't know how long he hasn't seen her.
Snoop,
So,
you know what he could think? That she went back with her dad that blew up Shady Sands, because that was he found out about that. And then he gets knocked out, and then he wakes up, and both of them are gone.
Maybe that could be it. So that's why he has that disdain in his voice now, and that's why he's locked in, because he knows if he gets to wherever it is, the source of whatever the vault tech, if he knows he can continue this fight, eventually they'll find him or get to him. And maybe that's what it is.
Maybe, yeah. And I don't think he's looking forward to that day, because if she sided with him, then she's the enemy, no matter how much he does love her, she's the enemy, because he is drinking 100% Brotherhood Kool-Aid. But
at this time,
yeah. But we did see, well, it might be, we don't know how the story's going to go, but we did see when he was in New Vegas, he was not in Brotherhood of Steel armor anymore. He was in NCR armor, and NCR is the Shady Sands, like they're the Shady Sands people in Moldaver and all that. So it's like, I can't wait to see this next episode, because if it's either gonna be this next episode or the episode after that, I really feel like we're gonna get to see something like what happens with the Brotherhood. I think that Brotherhood storyline is gonna kind of come to a crescendo in these next 2 episodes, and I really can't wait to see what happens with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the factions, how all of that started, how they broke up and stuff like that, I think, we'll get to see a little bit more in depth in that. Probably so.
Yeah. And another
thing,
it would
explain the Commonwealth and all the other stuff, because I definitely could use a little more detail on that.
Your facts. Most definitely. This House guy, this Robert House guy, they have him like akin to like a Lex, like a like a Brainiac type, like just super smart, super plugged in, super rich, not scared to go out by himself. They have him like he owns the area, like he doesn't have to worry about like the police. He didn't have to worry about anything. Like everybody works for him. You know, like he walked into a bar and talked, what is it called? Like not contradict. Oh, it was contrary to everybody in there, right? Was contrary to everybody in there, and goes outside with these guys, shows them $31 million in the trunk of a car, and says, "You can have this if you."
Yeah, he's like the best salesman of a team. You know what I mean? He has the pitch for everything, or that he has the pitch that'll lure everybody in. You know, and he's the most confident person in the room, as you can tell, because the way he spoke in that bar with all of those people, and he was the only one that was not opposed to whatever that person that was saying on the television. So he's definitely the best and most confident salesman out there. And when he took them guys outside and showed them that trunk of money, like, of course he already knew what he was about to do. But that's, again, the best salesman on your team, what you send them out to do. You know, you got some tech that you need to try. You can't get it done with the animals or whatever other subjects that you've been using. So you go into the field and use and get live subjects to test. And he's the best at it. So yeah. Him being able to do that very confidently. I mean, against that dude and just taking a punch. I don't know if he wanted to see what his best punch was, if he could take it, or if he could fight them all. But
it was so weird.
He is definitely good at what he does.
Definitely, and told him to punch him in the mouth. He's punch me in the mouth. I think I'd quite like that. And then he gets hit. He said, "I'm selling him wrong." He ain't like that hit. That punch in the mouth did not feel good. That was a weird scene, but you kind of like see he is kind of off. You know, like he's not, like he's good at what he does, but he's not a regular person. His focus is elsewhere. His focus is on tomorrow at all times. Like he's not regular. He's not a regular person. He's not a common person. Something is different about him in a lot of different ways. Getting asked to be punched in the mouth. And then you also see the fact that he's an opportunist, right? As soon as the guy has turned his head, he goes and he slaps the device on the back of his neck. And I still don't understand, Snoop. I still don't get why they continue to turn it up after they get the required like thing that they wanted, right? Like what they wanted to happen happens, and then they continue to turn it up. I don't understand that. He slaps the thing on the back of his neck. He tells him to like get rid of these guys, hands him a bat. Guy goes and just destroys his friend group. I'm the guy that was standing there when the first guy was getting hit with the bat. If I'm him, I don't know. Am I fighting? Am I running? I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm not standing there. You know, like he was just standing there watching it happen to his buddy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What are you doing?
Why be turning up after that? Well, I'm either immediately as soon as he hit my homeboy with the bat, like as soon as he hit him, immediately I'm destroying him before he can swing the bat on me, because his focus is over here.
I'm getting rid of buddy.
But I don't understand why they turn the volume up either even more once the product has done its job. Is it they trying to get him to stop, or they won't stop, so they have to destroy them after that? I don't know.
Just keeps cranking it up. You see Hank do that when he's at like the what is it, Vault Tech Elite Plus. You see him with that gentleman. You see him do it with the rats. It was and also one thing that I wanted to say about the Vault Tech Elite Plus member, they had those. It seemed like they were ready for the trials to be done, because if you remember, he had to put his hands in something, and his hands got locked in there. So like, why did you already have that on the table if it was, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that was already going to be something like used for something like that. Maybe not for that device specifically, but yeah, put your hands in here. He puts his hands in there, and he just that was weird, man. That was
Yeah,
extremely
I
weird.
mean, because I'm pretty sure once it gets to a point, the like that's why they turn it all the way up because they won't stop. So you have to destroy it, the product after that, or
Oh,
the system.
okay.
And
You
if they don't
gotta
have their hands
constrain
aren't
them.
restrained, yeah, if their hands aren't restrained, then it could be a problem.
That was brilliant. Okay, that was brilliant. That makes a lot of sense. So it probably was for that device. Also, another good thing about the device, well, not another good thing, one good thing about that device is when the person's head explodes, the device doesn't break. It like still is like intact.
Mm.
So it's not the device exploding. It's literally the head is
Yeah,
just
because it looks like it's got 4 prongs on it. So if the device sends, I don't know, maybe a bunch of heat or just take those prongs and just sends heat in. I don't
definitely
know.
some type of pressure build up. Some type of
Yeah,
pressure
maybe that
build
too.
up, and then it lets pressure come in, but it doesn't let pressure go out, and then just booms. I don't know. I don't know how that thing works. I know what it's for because we got to see what it was for in episode 2, which they were able Hank was able to use it that day, right? He was able to use it very, very well that day. He apparently abducted the man on the caravan, and he puts the thing on the back of his neck, and he just sends him to do his job, and he just kept repeating the same phrase over and over and over again, until he got to Shady Sands, where it didn't seem like he was taking care of himself while he was walking. Like, what I mean by that is, it doesn't seem like he got water. It doesn't seem like he ate food. It just seemed like he just was on that task, and he just walked to Shady Sands with the one of the biggest bombs I've ever seen. I ain't never seen a bomb that size, man. That bomb was absolutely enormous. Like, it was gigantic, and that's one of the times where you see Maximus, his father, just be the man in the city, just like the man of town. And do you feel like Hank actually had a plan to have somebody tamper with the bomb at Shady Sands?
I think he probably knew everybody that was in that town. So he probably knew the guy that could probably disarm it. He probably knew there might have been 1 or 2 people in the town that could disarm it. That's why he had the fail safe switch on it.
I think it's absolutely disgusting that that little animation that his Pit Boy had after the bomb successfully deployed. It was like detonation successful, and it has the Vault Tech guy giving the thumbs up, or Vault Boy giving the thumbs up, and then it shows like the nuke going off or whatever on the screen. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Just seeing what that time was in that episode versus what it is when you see Lucy and Maximus at the edge of it, absolutely insane. And the guy that was guarding, right, the guy that was guarding Shady Sands, he felt like something was wrong. You can see it on his face. He felt like something was wrong when the caravan passed by, but he was complacent. Like he was complacent in his job, and he looked at it, and he was like, the guy was repeating over and over and over, and he just leaned back because he's like, yeah, that's a caravan, it's supposed to be here. But he felt something was wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell on the look on his face. What do you think he was feeling in that?
I think, like you say, complacent. The guys was just growing. The community was good. They had farms. They got way too relaxed. But you could see they did show what do you call it, uniform or some kind of small militia or
Yeah,
military that was some kind of presence in the area, but it just still wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't enough.
I don't even think they knew that people were plotting. Like, I don't even think they knew people were plotting against him, honestly.
They probably didn't think people were plotting against them, nor did they think there were any more bombs out there. Like, they probably like all the
Yeah,
bombs have been dropped. Like, that's it.
right. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that thing was enormous, man. That was Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you had to from the time oh man, from the time it got there to the time that it detonated, you like to survive, you'd have to be 3 miles away to survive. Just to, not to be like you still get sick and like be messed up or whatever, but just to survive that, you'd have to be 3 miles away. And I think he had 7 minutes. He was able to get home and put his son in the refrigerator, which was baby Maximus, and man, then just hold the refrigerator while that is oh man. Hold the refrigerator while everything gets super bright. What a man, what a show. What a show. They're doing really good with this. Speaking about like just talking about Lucy, talking about Maximus, then we can talk about Norm. Norm actually like finding himself and being important, you know, like it like of course he was important to like his family and friend group, but being important to a community, you know? Like he I don't know how he was able to get Bud and put him upside down in that mop bucket though, without getting zapped or something, you know?
Well, the first thing he did was when before he thawed everybody out, he kicked that syringe and broke it. So he was, I mean, he was pretty much useless after that. But
Oh.
from season 1, episode 1, from seeing him under the table being scared, and then Lucy saving him, throwing him into the, I don't know, basement shelter thing and making sure he was safe, for him to be in charge. He looks a lot more fit than what he looks like he's been working out. And just to see him being in charge now, taking control, giving orders, is completely different from like, it's just like, this is not the same person that we seen in that episode of episode 1 of season 1 to what we see in him now. Like, this is a new guy. This is completely different. And I'm waiting. Can't wait to see what he does now, because like, it's just him having the confidence that he has now. I mean, he may be worse than his sister. And I'm saying that in a good way, because Lucy took the adventure on herself to leave, you know, and go out into the world. Now this guy, with his confidence, there ain't no telling what he might do.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's brilliant. He's brilliant. Like, not a lot of people could do this. If when you see him, he's sitting down, he looks so worried, he's shaking his knees, like, but he's a lot of people, you know, they get that they would shut down if you see him like that. But he just stops, he gathers himself, and he says, he elevates himself to on the same level as right underneath Bud. And he says, "This is our final test." You know, and it that was amazing. So now when he gets out of here, as long as he can still manage the people that were underneath him, which are managers, can you imagine what type of community that you could build if you can manage all those personalities and get them to do their job? If
Yeah,
you can
and you
come up,
still gotta. My bad.
no, go ahead.
Now you still gotta know or think that this guy knows a lot of more stuff than everybody else knows. Like, he's not the average bear, because he does know how 31 interacted with 33. So it ain't like he knows how the election system works for the vaults. Like, he knows how, while all those people are frozen, like, he knows a lot more than everybody else around him knows. So it's like he's like a demigod, you know. He knows stuff that other people don't know, so he can use that to his advantage. And
Yeah,
that community that you're talking about, yeah, he could definitely build something better than what Vault Tech was going with.
he could, but there's only a couple problems there, right? And the problems are Betty and Stephanie and his dad. And whoever is the higher up that his dad is talking to, those are the people that he would have to be concerned with, because you know, Vault Tech indoctrinated all those people that were, you know, frozen in the vault. So the community that he could build would be absolutely amazing. It would be phenomenal. We know that. but there are other people out there that could contradict and, you know, destroy what he has the potential to do.
Well, I think with him having like the elite people, the vault runners, like he's got like a bunch of people like that can run their own vault. So their minds are going to be a lot smarter than the minds of Betty's vault, right? So say he does have his own place, he could be like, yo, listen, we got some people out there that's not going to like what we got going on. He can already shape a lot of their minds, you know, like the minds that are in the vaults that have been shaped. So his team, I think he could build stronger or be stronger than any other vault that he has or that could come after him. Now, outside of Hank is the only other person his dad is the only person I think he truly has to worry about.
You don't think Betty's a problem, bro?
No, absolutely not.
Maybe not Stephanie, but Betty.
Who's her support? Like she's got to have support.
That's Hank's right hand. That's his daddy's right hand.
Okay, but that's it's just not enough. Like how many people did he let out?
A lot. He let a lot out.
And all of them are super smart. It ain't like he got a bunch of dumb people with him. Stephanie got to convince my man to keep the babysit her baby that she don't even want nothing to do with. It seems like
nothing to do with. She just did that because she was supposed to, bro. That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Other than that, she did her part, and she done with that. Like,
the way that I feel like also another thing. Didn't you think that Norm was poisoning the people that raided his vault? Remember, he was like Betty put him on food duty to feed them. I maybe not everybody did, but I really thought that Norm was poisoning them because they were getting sick. But come to find out, in one of the previews, it might not have been Norm. I don't know, but that's something that they got to answer in this season as well. And we're already 2 episodes deep. I think the next episode drops either tomorrow or the day after. But we're 2 episodes deep, and I really want to answer to that too. It's a lot going on in this show right now. It's a lot, and I feel like they're just piling more on top of it, which is great. It's just really good content. But I really did think that Norm was poisoning the people that what's it called? That hurt them, you know, like that hurt them in the vault. But we really got to I really want to know about that. If do you think he was though?
I don't know. Nobody never answered that.
Nobody did. No, yeah.
It seemed like that's what he was about to do or trying to do, but I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I think he was trying to. I think he wanted to, but did he have the guts to do it? I don't know.
He definitely does now. He for sure does now.
Well, yeah, that's a different guy. I think he can do it. I think what we're about to see from him is going to be completely different. Like I think he's going to be Lucy times 100. Like I think he's just going to be crazy.
Yeah,
and he's ready for the outside too, because whatever he's been doing while he was locked up. He don't look like that little skinny kid that, you know, that went into the basement. He looks like he's been working out of there, getting himself prepared to be out. So I don't know.
And one good thing, one strong characteristic somebody can have is courage. And you see, you know, when they championed him, when they said, "Yeah, you go up first, boss," you can see him visibly shaking when he was up there. That didn't stop him. That didn't stop him from climbing that ladder of people. You know, it's just sometimes you just got to keep going with it, and that's what he did. He just kept going.
If you notice, though, it looked like when he first got on, the first couple steps was shaky, and the higher he got up, he got to that ladder that led out, and that was his last couple shaky steps. It was just like full stride. Then, like,
yeah. Yep.
But I hope we get a lot more of what happens for him. Like, I hope we see some stuff.
Now we're gonna talk about Cooper Howard. I genuinely don't feel that Cooper Howard and the Ghoul are the same. They are the same. Like this is more of an artistic take than a literal take, right? But we're talking about Cooper Howard because we talked about Mr. House. It's so hard to not to call him Dr. House like the show, you know what I mean? But we talked about Mr. House, and we saw in a commercial it said that Moldaver wanted him to go and take out Mr. House, and we see Cooper Howard actually go there. So I cannot wait to see. I absolutely cannot wait to see the crescendo of that, because I feel like, Snoop, when we see that, we're gonna know what happens to his family, because his wife was a monster, bro. She was so locked in with Vault Tech. Like, she was whatever they wanted, whatever they needed. She was number one. I don't understand why she felt like she had to work hard to get. Maybe that was a lie too. Snoop, she said she had to work hard to get him in a special vault. Who else would be in a special vault besides her? As hard as she went.
She's probably working off of that lie.
Yeah,
because she knew what was coming. So she was working that hard to make sure that they got the position or get into the vault where they are safe, and not an experimental vault where everybody is having things done to them. But who knows what? I mean, she was locked in for them 100%. So
yeah. My thing is, like, who else would get a better vault than her when she was so locked in? But you working for an evil company, everybody wants to be in a good vault, just because that's like the people who are like the world's about to blow up. In this one movie I saw, the world was about to blow up, and the people were guarding people from getting on the ark, right? Getting on the ship or whatever. And one of the guys was like, the world's about to blow up. You're not about to be on the ship either. And the security guard thought about it like, oh, and then he starts trying to get on the ship too. You know what I mean? Like, everybody wants to be in a good vault, and you would just assume that she would be in one of the absolute best vaults because she's doing all this, like, evil work. But you're working for an evil company, you never know what to expect. It's like, you never know. And I think we're gonna find out what happened with his family and why the Ghoul kind of stopped looking for his family for a long time, and then started back to, after he met Lucy, now he wants to, like, kind of find his family again, which I really would like to know the jump that happened, because we find out that he was in Mexico. His family's not in Mexico, you know what I mean? He was in Mexico and in Texas, and then he came back to California. So why did he stop looking for his family? Where is his family? What's going on with that? I really feel like they're gonna do a lot of lore dumping, and I can't wait to see what happens with that. I really can't.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't think he stopped looking for his family, because you said he was in all these different areas, but I think he just got to the point where it was just like he didn't know where else to go. He probably thought he checked for or he knew where all the best vaults were at. I think he gave him a new hope for seeing Lucy coming out of a vault, being a vault dweller. Like, okay, so there are people still living there. So maybe, just maybe, I can find one of these cryo vaults, and maybe, just maybe, I can find my family.
Oh,
so
okay.
Maybe that gave him a whole new,
Okay. The trail went cold, and then when he saw Lucy, he figured out the fact that, oh, there's vaults that I still didn't even know about. So there's still hope for. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then when he found out it was Hank's daughter, and Hank was still alive,
yeah.
So, like, okay, so it's possible. If Hank, it's possible they can still be alive.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, because it was a really big jump, because he was what the cowboy said to him is like, why don't I leave you here so Don Pedro can torture you for another 30 years. So he'd been out of the game looking for them for 30 years, and before that, who knows what he had been doing. He was some type of gunslinger or mercenary or something like that. So it just didn't seem to me like his family was his first priority. Same thing I said about Lucy. You know, it didn't seem to me that finding, you know, her father was her first priority. So the parallels that they're drawing between Lucy and the ghoul are thick, man. They're immense. You know, they're really immense. But
So I wouldn't say that. What I would say is that's his whole thing. Like, because he couldn't get himself into the cryo chamber, but the only way he could live that long was to become a ghoul to find his family. I mean, that's going the long way. The trying to live, the knowing possibility your wife and kid could be in a cryo somewhere. So, like, I think he's going to the extreme to find his family. No.
if you think he became a ghoul on purpose, that yeah. If that, I never thought of it like that.
So why is he still alive then? If everything else is gone, like, what would make him become a ghoul to live that long to try and what's his purpose of becoming a ghoul? Just to be alive?
No, people become ghouls on accident. Like, you know, you stay around radiation, you know what I mean? Like it like the guy that he made the butt jerky out of, right? He had lasted as a ghoul for 20 something years. You know, it wasn't like he was a grown man that became a ghoul, and he was a ghoul for 20 years. So the Cooper Howard became a ghoul 200 something years ago, or like, you know, 100 and some change years ago. So that's, you know, that's what once you become a ghoul, once you become a ghoul, whatever age you are as a ghoul, that's the age that you stay until, you know, you die or you become a feral ghoul, which is what was happening to him when he was trying to remember his name. And when Lucy let out all of she let out the regular ghouls, and then she was like, no, I want all of them released. And the guys were like, no, you don't understand. And she's like, all of them. And then the ferals came out as well. But yeah. So if Cooper Howard became a ghoul on purpose to stay alive long enough, fire. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's why I feel like this podcast is so important and fire. Like the different viewpoints that we have is amazing. That is amazing. I never thought of that, like becoming a ghoul on purpose to like extend your life.
Because he knows how the mechanical works, the suits work. He told Maximus to read the manual and then cut the line. Like, he knows all of that, so it's like he's either operated one, been around them before.
No, he's operated them. He's a veteran. He fought he fought for Alaska versus China, the Reds. Yeah, he's a veteran, so he had to wear T-45 armor and that's why he was so mad at the person who designed it, right? He was like, when he met Bud the first time, he told him about how bad his armor sucked and how many great Americans lost their lives due to the fact that his armor was trash and the problems with it. So that's how he knows about how the armor works, and that's why he was saying that. That's why he was saying about the flaws in the armor, and he should read the manual.
This is how the signal ends for the night. The world out there is still broken, still searching. the story with ThouMustGame and SnoopDizzle.